Suffering of different kinds happens to all of us. Some of us experience really kind of deep suffering. Some of us experience more light suffering. For most of my early life, I felt like the Lord had, for whatever reason in his kindness, kept me from much suffering. And then, then in this kind of past season of my life, last 6 years, I feel like I've experienced a good amount of suffering that, compared to other people wouldn't be that much. But what I've seen in relationships with others and in my own life is that suffering, we don't ask for it. We know it's coming, but we don't ask for it. And it can in many ways hurt, hinder, limit things that we think are very good things. So in my life, I have a health issue that severely limits my amount of energy. That's a very strange world for somebody like me who's very ambitious, who wants to do everything, that instead I'm limited to being able to do less than your average person in terms of how hard I'm able to work, how much I'm able to do. To the point, so even this week, me and my wife were talking, and I was discouraged because I feel like I can't work hard 2 days in a row. My body just can't handle it. Like I can't work hard for several hours in a row, more than 1 day in a row with my current energy, and that's discouraging. And I can be tempted to think, Lord, I want to do good things for you. Like, Father, why would you not just give me the energy I need to be able to do it? And, one of the things I'm tempted to think is that somehow it's going to ruin my future. Are there these great things out there for me that I can do or experience that I'm being kept from because of this thing? And I think the sinful perspective in there is that somehow these things got past God, or that it's not really true when he says he's freely given us his son. How will he not also with him give us all things? And so what I have to believe is that God is going to turn all things for my good, and that if there's something better for me and for his glory, then he'll give it to me, right? He's always going to give me what's best for me, right? Always. What's best for me and for his glory. That doesn't always look like what I want it to look like, I want it to look like having a lot more energy. And one of the things I've seen is that in my weakness, God's strength has been glorified. And so, I'm a lot less than I was a few years ago. I'm a lot less likely to depend on myself. So the things I would encourage somebody else who's kind of dreams and desires and even ministry hopes have been kind of discouraged by different kind of limitations and weaknesses, is to trust God in it. To trust him, let his power be shown off, so that, when I'm able to do something and there's fruit brought from it, I know very clearly it's not because of my strength, it's because of God. Because I look back, I'm like, I limped through that. I don't even know how I made it. I was very weak. The whole process looked a mess. But when God uses it, it's clearly his strength and not mine. And that's the truth I've been trying to grab a hold of for these past years, and I'd encourage others to do the same.